maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Hello and welcome here as we are set for Portugal's search for glory at the 2026 World Tournament as they open their Group K campaign with a contest against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Selecardes Queenas have never won the World Tournament, but they are being tipped as potential challengers for the trophy this summer, considering the quality in their squad. Portugal's best performance in the finals of a World Tournament came back in 1966 when they finished third. Since then, it has been a struggle for the national side, who were fourth in 2006 and losing quarter-finalists last time out in Qatar. They have underachieved in this competition given the quality of their squads in recent history. They have a recent major international title for their name, though, having triumphed at the European Championships in 2016. But this is the trophy that a certain Cristiano Ronaldo really wants. Roberto Martinez's side are the strong favourites to top Group K, which also includes Colombia and Uzbekistan, and they have entered the 2026 World Cup off the back of 3 straight friendly wins over the United States of America, Chile and Nigeria. Portugal finished their qualification campaign for this competition with a 9-1 romping over Armenia, but they did lose to the Republic of Ireland late last year, and there remains question marks over their ability to seriously challenge for the trophy this summer. History will be made today as Portugal lock horns with the Democratic Republic of Congo for the first time ever, and it would go down as one of the biggest shocks in the competition history if they were unable to overcome the Leopards here in Houston. Congo actually held Denmark to a goalless draw in one of their 2 pre-World Cup friendlies at the start of June, but they were beaten 2-1 by Chile last time out. The Leopards managed to qualify for their first World Tournament in 52 years when Axel Tuanzebe's extra-time goal gave them a 1-0 victory over Jamaica in their Intercontinental Playoff final in Mexico back in March. The Democratic Republic of Congo reached the last 16 stage of the recent African Cup of Nations, and they have won 2 of their last 4 matches, only suffering 1 defeat in the process. The expanded World Tournament has certainly given Sebastian de Sabre's team a better chance of reaching the knockout round of the competition. 1 victory in the section potentially being enough to qualify in 3rd spot. Portugal will represent Congo's toughest test in Group K, and their match against Uzbekistan on the 27th of June could be crucial when it comes to their chances of qualifying. So, the two teams line up as follows. For Portugal, in goal for them is Diogo Costa. It's a back four of João Cancelo, Thomas Arejo, Ronaldo Veiga and Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva, Vitinha and João Neves are in the midfield for Portugal, whilst Bruno Fernandes and Pedro Neto will just play either side of Cristiano Ronaldo. For Congo, in goal for them is Lionel Mpassi, the goalkeeper for them. It's going to be a back five. The back three is made up of Chancel Mbembe, Axel Tuanzebe and Steve Capaldi. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Arthur Masuaku are the two wing-backs, with Edo Kayembe, Ngael Mukeu and Samuel Mutasami in the midfield, whilst Johan Visser and Cedric Bakambu lead the line for Congo. On the bench for Roberto Martinez's team, their sub-goalkeepers are Jose Sarr and Ruiz Silva. They're alongside Nelson Semedo, Ruben Dias, Diogo Dalot, Gonçalo Inácio, Mateus Nunes, Samu Costa, Ruben Neves, Francisco Trincao, Gonzalo Guedes, Gonzalo Ramos, João Felix, Rafael Leao and Francisco Conceição. Whilst on the bench for Sebastian de Sabre's team, his sub-goalkeepers are Timothy Fayulu and Matui Apollo. They're alongside Dylan Batum-Sinka, Yoris Kayembe, Gedeon Kalulu, Nathaniel Mbuku, Teo Bongonda, Noah Sadiki, Aaron Shabola, Charles Pickle, Brian Chapenga, Gail Kakuta, Mashiek Elia, Fiston Mayeli and Simon Banza. So, we are underway in this game now, here in Houston, at the Houston Stadium. It is a beautiful venue for football. Here, Portugal in their all-red strip, whilst Congo in their all-blue strip. Keeping it nice and simple for me here as the commentator. Houston Stadium, the 8th biggest in the United States of America, holds just over 72,000, and it's a sea of red with blue shirts dotted about. Portugal, who come into the World Tournament as one of the favourites, they currently rank as the 4th favourites, with most bookmakers just behind Spain, France and England, of course, who play their opening game against Croatia straight after this at 9 PM. You can watch this game, and you can watch that game with your local broadcasters, of course, as the ball comes out to the right side with João Cancelo. Here is Cancelo on the ball on this right side, just comes inside towards Vitinha. Vitinha will give it to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes, the left fullback, plays it to his club teammate. João Neves goes back out to Mendes. And give it to Pedro Neto. Neto will play a 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes now. It's Ronaldo. Comes out to the right side with Cancelo. He tries a left-footed cross into the box. That'll just be blocked off at source. But now Nuno Mendes will send it in, and it's Chancel Mbembe who will block it off. Ball's going to come all the way back to Ronaldo Veiga. Send it down the line. It's a quick 1-2 for Portugal. It's going to be shifted across towards this right side. Now it's Cancelo. Cancelo out to Bernardo Silva. Up against Arthur Masuaku. Former Manchester City player against the current Sunderland man. Used to play for West Ham United. It's out to João Neves on this left side. It's with Bernardo Silva. Now Pedro Neto. Just goes back to Bruno Fernandes. He's in the form of his life, but that'll just be headed by Mutasami. Goes up towards Mukeu, and he's just bundled over it. It'll be an early free kick for the side in all blue, just inside their own half, as João Cancelo was just trying to recover for the Portuguese national team. A little bit of a loose foul there by him. Sammy just held back up onto his feet. Johan Visser just dropping him. It's all the way back to Tuan Zabi. Zabi out to the left side. Steve Capaldi into Arthur Masawaku. Back into Tuan Zabi. Go out to the right side, a little bit loose, and there is Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo driving in on the left side of the box. Bounces back to Bruno Fernandes. With Nuno Mendes. Mendes will play a 1-2 down there. It's going to go all the way out to the right side. It's well touched by João Cancelo. Gives it down. Just goes back to Arejo. Arejo into Ronaldo Vega. There is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto will just force it up. There is Chancel Mbemba. Mbemba's turn just to launch it up. It's just cut out by Ronaldo Vega. And we'll go out for a throw. So all the way out on the right side now with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, cheaply given away. It's just going to be cleared away by Axel Tuanzebe. Comes all the way back to Arejo now. Arejo into Vitinha. Vitinha out to the left side. Now it's with Pedro Neto. So into Nuno Mendes. Which goes back into his teammates of Paris Saint-Germain. Vitinha moving the ball well at the moment on Martinez's side. Just going to be sent over to the right flank. Well touched down by João Cancelo. Fires it across the 6-yard box, but it's West Ham United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka is able to clear. Comes back into Vitinha. Now it's Pedro Neto. Left-footed cross. It's well headed, and it's the opening game of the tournament for Portugal, and the opening goal comes from João Neves. Portugal's teenage sensation just headed it into the back of the net as it floated in, and João Neves, who isn't well known for his goal-scoring exploits, but on that occasion he has put it away like he's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's his first goal for his international side since November of 2025, when he scored in the 9-1 victory against Armenia. But it's a superb cross into the box by Pedro Neto, and João Neves has just prodded it into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper, Lionel Mpasu, is basically just a bystander as he watches it pass him. And João Neves, the 21-year-old, 6 minutes on the clock, he gives Portugal the lead, and it's an absolute nightmare start for the Democratic Republic of Congo. And João Neves is the man who just powered it home. And Congo, who haven't even got into Portugal's half yet, it looks like it might be a long day for them. Ball comes into Johan Visser. Visser's able to turn. Goes out to the right flank to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He tries to play it inside. Comes all the way back into Muchasami. Muchasami will just play it out to the left side. Touched down by Arthur Masawaku. Masawaku will cross it in and goes off João Cancelo, and then we'll just bounce back off the fullback as Sebastian de Sabra. Out instructions for his team. He's looking smart today in a black suit. He's never lost a game by more than 1 goal since becoming the Congo manager, as de Sabra. Led led Congo to a very strong AFCON 2023 campaign. He's coached in Africa, Europe and Asia. He's known for building organised and defensive teams. Ball comes back to Rejo. If there's a weak spot in this squad, people would say that it comes in the central defensive positions, especially with Ruben Diaz of Manchester City not available. No longer have the legendary Pepe in their squad, so look at two domestic-based players typically competing for the spot alongside Ruben Diaz, but actually today Ronaldo Vega, formerly of Chelsea, currently at Spanish side Villarreal, is partly in Thomas Rejo of Benfica. It's a bit of a statement to the Sporting Lisbon central defender Gonçalo Inácio, who typically was Ruben Diaz's partner. Now looks like he's the fourth choice. Roberto Martinez will be hoping that Diaz returns to full fitness later on in the tournament, because he's one of the best central defenders in the world, but at the moment they've not had to defend once, as it is João Neves on the ball. Just goes back into Renato Vega, goes all the way up towards Nuno Mendes. Mendes just been tackled by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Side flag actually goes up, so Gianni Infantino watches on. VIP seats. So the free kick just goes inside towards the goalkeeper in all grey, Lionel Passy. So we'll give it to Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku inside towards Tuan Zabi. Capaldi will just go back to his goalkeeper. Just going to launch it up and away. It's going to be headed by Nuno Mendes. Now it's Johan Visser out on the right side. He's got support of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Will swing across in. Just going to be headed by the fullback of Portugal. Cancelo comes out to Visser though. It's not far off. The goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, was certainly worried, and those Congo supporters certainly enjoyed what they saw there. Johan Visser, a left-footed strike at goal. It was not far off at all. If anything, his touch to the left side was just a little bit outside of his body, and he's ended up dragging it wide of goal, but he won't be able to believe it. 10 minutes on the clock, but being thoroughly entertained at the moment. And I'll tell you what, the World Cup so far has brought us so many good games. So here it is with Vitinha. Vitinha on it. Vitinha will just play a 1-2 with Nuno Mendes. Mendes back to Rejo. Rejo will just play it into João Neves, the goal scorer for Portugal. Plays it out to the left side with Nuno Mendes now. Inside to Renato Vega. Vega out to the right side. Comes into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva on the ball. Back to Renato Vega. It's with the number 23, Vitinha, back to number 13, Renato Vega. Vega on the ball, just on the right side now, and then comes inside to Bernardo Silva. So loose touch taken by him, and he commits the foul, and it's an early booking actually. A little bit surprised, in fact, to see the referee go straight to his pocket. Cristiano Ronaldo is arguing with Abdulrahman Ibrahim Al-Jassim, and it actually looked like he was about to book Cristiano Ronaldo before I think he realised that Ronaldo was the captain, so he is entitled to speak to him. So Bernardo Silva does get the ball, but then the contact, he studs on the ankle of number 25, Edo Kayembe. I don't think Bernardo Silva can really complain about it, to be honest. Edo Kayembe is, but this is the first yellow card of the game. Abdulrahman Ibrahim Al-Jassim. He's from Qatar. refereed 2 games at a World Cup before in his home country of Qatar. Ball comes inside. Oh, that's fantastic footwork. It's now going to be a shot from distance. It's going to be blocked off by Thomas Arrejo, but it was Cedric Bakambu coming forward, persevering, got his shot away. Well blocked off and has gone out for a corner, but it could be a good opportunity for Sebastian de Sabra's team to put some of their big men forward. When you play a back five, it means you've got 5 defenders who are typically your tallest players in your team, especially if you're a central defender, of which they've got 3 on the pitch. And in fact, Chancellor Mbemba, Axel Tuanzebe and Steve Capaldi all make their way forward. Zonal marking from Portugal. Arthur Masuaku just slips over the microphone before composing himself for this delivery. He actually plays it short to Vissa. One they've clearly worked on the training ground, but it didn't come off, and now Bernardo Silva will come forward. That's incredible defending by Johan Vissa, getting back in and making a great challenge. Pedro Neto felt he was fouled off the ball. Referee hasn't seen it, but Tasami will give it to Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku back. Poor cross in, and looks like Portugal are going to be able to deal with it. And turns out that one of the players in blue had gone a little bit too early. Really good determination by Johan Vissa to get back in as Roberto Martinez is barking instructions out to his team. An accomplished and experienced international manager, of course, spent many years with the Belgium national team. Many saying that he almost wasted the golden generation of the Belgian national team and that he was undeserving of the Portugal role, but he seemed to silence those critics when they ended up winning the UEFA Nations League, the latest iteration of the UEFA Nations League. Spain on penalties. Comes into Vitinha now. Vitinha will just give it to Thomas Arrejo. Arrejo out to Renato Vega. Vega will just give it to Nuno Mendes. Play a quick 1-2 now. Portugal did secure their 9th World Cup appearance and their 7th in a row with what was relatively ease, even if a home draw against Hungary in October and a defeat in Ireland in November delayed the celebrations until the final match day. And in that final game, Roberto Martinez's side, who were without Cristiano Ronaldo, who'd been sent off in Dublin, thrashed Armenia by 9-1. And variety is clearly the key quality here. Martinez capitalises on the tactical versatility of his squad. João Neves and Mateus Nunes can operate as fullbacks or midfielders, sometimes in the same match, of course. João Cancelo and Diogo Dalot both play comfortably on either flank, and Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva constantly rotate roles. Despite this fluidity, the coach's selections remain stable. The starting 11 has at least 7 untouchable spots. The spine is well defined, led by figures such as the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, Ruben Diaz, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva and Cristiano Ronaldo, with Nuno Mendes and Vitinha also serving as undisputed starters. Coach clearly wants his players to give everything and bring the values of the Portuguese people to the pitch. Ball goes in behind for Nuno Mendes, who's rampaging forward. Well done to the goalkeeper, Lionel, and Passi comes out and does well, and then it's fired in by Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bernardo Silva who's just chucking every limb at the ball at the far post to try and convert it into the back of the net. But it runs out for a goal kick. But that was really good play by Nuno Mendes coming forward. And it was Lionel Mpassi who came out and just got 2 paws on the ball, batting it away. Wan-Bissaka did really, really well, the recovery tackle. ball goes back to the goalkeeper and Passy. Passy will just launch it up. And it's a ball pass actually, it's going to run all the way out for a throw for Portugal. So for it to be taken on the right side by João Cancelo. Ball comes all the way back to the central defender, Thomas Orejo. Plays it into Vitinha and he'll just switch out to the left side now. Nuno Mendes. Mendes out to the left flank. Neto just back to Ronaldo Veiga. Now it's on this right side. João Cancelo just play it into Thomas Orejo. Now into Vitinha. Now Neves on the ball inside the D. Looking around for his options. He'll give it to Ronaldo Veiga. Steps into the Congo half. Finds Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo back into Ronaldo Veiga now. Now Vitinha. Vitinha will just switch out to the right side. Comes into Nuno Mendes. 20 minutes on the clock. Pedro Neto's made the forward run, but the captain for Congo, Chancel Mbemba, does well. Just get his body in front and coolly play it out. Back to the goalkeeper Lionel Passy. It was under a little bit of pressure. He was able to just launch it up. That's with Sami. Sami will clip it forward and Ronaldo Veiga will just bounce it back. Goes into Vitinha in the middle. Go all the way out to the left side now with Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes inside towards Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes on the ball. Just barking out instructions again. A lot of leaders in this team. Goes into the midfielder, Vitinha. Vitinha will just play 1-2 with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cross to Thomas Orejo. Orejo into Bernardo Silva. 5th consecutive tournament for his country. It's back into Ronaldo Veiga. So just slowing it down now. Portugal, not necessarily a bad thing. It's into Vitinha. Will soon be into the controversial hydration break. Comes to the left side. Now it's Orejo. Orejo to Vitinha. Now to Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Ronaldo, just bounces it back. Fernandes into Vitinha. Just needs to be a little bit more pressure from Congo. They're allowing Portugal just to play in front of them. I can appreciate that they've probably got the strongest midfield in world football. It's an incredibly strong midfield that they're lining up with. It's all the way out to the left side. It's across to Ronaldo Veiga. Back to Nuno Mendes. 22.5 minutes to the game now. Next time ball goes out, it will be that hydration break. It's into João Neves. Just keeping the ball really well at the moment are Portugal. Official down there, Qatari official, just speaking to the Spanish manager, Roberto Martinez. Of course, it's the Portugal head coach. Now Ronaldo Veiga on the ball. He's able to just get it out to his feet, step into the Congo half. Goes out to the left side with Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes tries to give it in. So it's moved to Sami, and it'll be blocked off by Bruno Fernandes. And we will head into that hydration break. So all 22 players and the referee will make their way over to get some refreshments on board, and as we've seen, the managers will try and make some tactical changes and try and influence the game. It's almost like the games here at the World Cup have gone into 4 quarters. Reminder, you can watch this game with your local national broadcaster. And a reminder of the big game at 9 o'clock, which we will be bringing you commentary of. England against Croatia. England starting their World Tournament journey against the Croatia side, who are their 2 most recent editions of the global event have come away with a silver and bronze medal. So certainly no mugs. It will be a very difficult game for Thomas Tuchel's team. But at the moment, here in Houston, Portugal are in almost cruise control. They are 1-0 up. It was the head of João Neves that gave Portugal a 1-goal lead. A really good delivery into the box by Pedro Neto, and it was João Neves who just headed in to the far corner to give Portugal a lead. Haven't really seen Cristiano Ronaldo get involved. Incredible that he's still playing at 41 years of age. Just touched the ball 13 times. He'd like to get involved a little bit more, but all the players down there just listen to their managers, deep in discussion. Sébastien de Sabre, the French manager, is just speaking to his Congo side. Passing on plenty of instructions as Congo supporters are enjoying themselves, almost partying in the stands. Doesn't seem like there's that much of an intense team talk from Portugal though. Roberto Martinez speaking to 3 players, João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes and Bruno Fernandes. Potentially seeing something that he wants to see out wide. It's a sea of red, isn't it? It's only a few people inside the stadium in blue. They're all now gathered around Roberto Martinez as they've been passed on some sort of instructions. Martinez very animated down there. Coming to the end of the international break though now. They will need to speed it up. Martinez with the thumbs up. Pleased with what he's seen. They've looked after the ball incredibly well, haven't they? Now both sets of players are onto the pitch now. Just need to improve that tempo. You feel the 2 teams seem to slow down towards the end of that hydration break, but you'd hope that they'll have certainly sped up now. So out on the right side, it's Haroun Wan-Bissaka who get us back in play with a throw on the far flank. He's just going to throw it up. Goes back, he's with Cancelo. Cancelo inside and all the way back to the goalkeeper now. Out on the right side, Cancelo. Cancelo. Now for Masuaku. Battling on the left flank, formerly of West Ham United, of course. Currently playing his club football for Sunderland in the last year. Many people seem to think that Portugal are potential winners. Since Ronaldo Veiga, he's just going to launch it over the top. It's a really good weighted ball. There is Neto. He's already got 1 assist. He fires it across, but in the end it's defending by Chancellor Mbembe. The greatest of crosses from Neto. It was a really good ball into him, and it was a well-timed run. Chancellor Mbembe just got across and defended it well. It's now going to be a corner here in the 29th minute of the game. I'll just go short. Way out to the left side now. So lofted in by Bruno Fernandes. It's back across. And then it's just out on the far flank now. And then it's back inside towards João Cancelo. Cancelo will just play an inside ball. Out on the left flank with Nuno Mendes. Decided against trying to run at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Araujo. Oh, it's a brilliant ball, by the way, by João Cancelo. Cristiano Ronaldo, the captain for Portugal, was asking for it. It was a really good ball in behind, but Ronaldo just didn't read it well. Hasn't really got involved yet. He's playing at his 6th World Cup. Unbelievable that he's still going at the age that he is. Just a little bit ahead of him. So, it's going to be a long ball that goes up. It's back across. The goalkeeper's just going to launch it out. Give it to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes on the ball. Already 275 passes completed, just 55 for Congo. But Yohan Wissa with a good pass out to Makeu. Here is Makeu on the ball now. It's out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who will deliver it in. Put away by Thomas Araujo. It's given away, and now it's Bernardo Silva. So we switched out to the left flank. Just a little bit too strong for Pedro Neto. So a little bit of a moan. Comes all the way back into Axel Tuanzebe of Burnley. Just goes out to the right flank now. Comes into Steve Capaldi. Capaldi will just bring it forward for his team. Ball up, and Nuno Mendes will just cut that out. Mendes into Vitinha, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper in all yellow. Hasn't been challenged just yet. Here is Renato Veiga, and he's under pressure by Yohan Wissa, and I believe Wissa just catches him. So Al-Jazim just giving the free kick. It's a good press though, really complain at it. So it's going to be a free kick taken by Diogo Costa. Costa will just launch it up. Bemba is competed for it, and Neto has gone down, and the referee's got out his yellow card. He looks like he's struggling, is Pedro Neto. Chancellor Bemba is laughing at the decision to give a free kick. It's going to be yellow card dished out to Chancel Mbemba. Let's have a look at this one. There's not much he can do for that. He's gone up for the ball and Neto just hasn't jumped with him. He's almost ran into his forearm. And that's very harsh to book the former Newcastle United defender. See why he's complaining, but he is the second player of the game to go into the referee's book. Looks like a free kick. Can't really complain at that one. Just giving them the opportunity with Nuno Mendes. Delivers it in. There is the aforementioned Mbemba, who will just boot it away for his team. Now it's out on the right side with Makeu. Makeu just comes out to Steve Capaldi. Capaldi will bring it forward for his team. It's a great ball though. Oh, it's taken a little bit of a nick off Thomas Araujo on the way and almost made it awkward for the goalkeeper. He's ended up in the hands of him. It's back with Vitinha. Vitinha on the ball. Gives it to his teammate at Paris Saint-Germain, João Neves. João Neves inside to Vitinha. All the way out on the left side now. It's a good ball to the left flank. Bernardo Silva back to Nuno Mendes. Is it to Ronaldo Veiga? Veiga on the ball. Of course, there were tragic events in 2025 which have been recognised by Roberto Martinez since the deaths of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. They've included the former's name on his squad announcements. Martinez was close to leaving the national team a year ago, with Jose Mourinho reportedly waiting in the wings, but winning the Nations League earned him a vote of confidence from the Portuguese president, former international referee Pedro Proença. He did suffer his first defeat in the qualifying phase after 43 matches. The Spanish coach secured his third ever global event appearance, having gone twice with Belgium without much stress. However, that doesn't mean the cycle with Portugal won't end this summer even without success. Ball is out on the left side. So for Masawaki will try and get there, and it must have taken a touch off him. It's Edo Kayembe who's complaining about it as the throw's been given to Portugal. Edo Kayembe plays his club football in England with Watford. The sting of the shot was taken out of it, and it puts its way into the hands of Lionel Mpassi, the 31-year-old shot stopper, who's a curious paradox. A backup goalkeeper to a Ligue 1 club in France, club fighting for survival, yet an undisputed starter and often outstanding for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ball's out on the right side with Araujo. Araujo into Vitinha. Vitinha out to the left side, comes out to Nuno Mendes. Mendes into João Neves. Good ball forward towards Pedro Neto, but then the touch just goes through to the goalkeeper. It's a real late bloomer, and Passy came through at Paris Saint-Germain, but he didn't truly emerge until he played in France's second division with Rodez. French-born, he had to wait until his mid-20s to establish himself as a starter. His defining moment came at the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations when he converted a decisive penalty against Egypt, smiling as he walked up, a moment that elevated him to cult status among Congolese fans. Like a few dual nationals, he discovered his connection to the country through football and has since become one of its most beloved figures. So interesting stats so far in this game. Portugal with just one shot so far, and that was the goal, of course, one on target, whilst Congo have had 3 shots and 1 on target. Araujo gives it into Bruno Fernandes. Despite all the control that Portugal have had, they have lacked a little bit of an attacking nature. Seem a little bit too chilled out at the moment. Here is Vitinha. Just gives it into João Neves on the ball. Goes out to the left side. It's Ronaldo Veiga of Villarreal. Mendes is in behind. There is the left fullback in an attacking position. Left side of the box, tries to cut it back. Congo deal well with it. But now it's Cancelo. Now Chancellor Mbemba gives it away cheaply. Back into Mendes now. Thought about the early cross in. It's actually just going to come short to João Neves. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Back into Neves. Neto now. Portugal once again just decide to recycle the ball. That's back into Neves up against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's back into Bruno Fernandes now with the effort, blocked off by Chancel Mbemba, and it's Johan Visser who will come forward out to the left side. Cedric Kambu holds it up well. Now it's Edo Kayembe. Kayembe on the ball. Just going to slow it down though. Out on the left flank, the crowd start to boo. Now it's Vega. Bruno Fernandes, he can just slow it down once again, can Portugal. I'd like to see them play at a slightly higher tempo. Cristiano Ronaldo has had next to no service into his feet. Comes on the right side now. Just bounce back to Thomas Araujo. Team of Congo. Many people say that this would be a huge shock, and of course it would, but look at the 11 players that Congo have got. It's certainly on paper, with the amount of players they've got playing in European leagues, even in the Premier League, it's certainly, for me, a lot stronger than the likes of Qatar, Jordan, Curacao, Iraq on paper. I would argue the expectation from Congo is that they expect to qualify. Even if it's a third place finish, they would expect to beat Uzbekistan and qualify for the knockout stages. As Nuno Mendes goes up, it's going to be dealt well with by Chancel Mbemba. Mbemba to Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe gives it away cheaply. So it's going to be a throw for Portugal as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half here. The ball goes back to Ronaldo Vega. We'll just play a 1-2 with Vitinha. Vitinha will just play it across. It's going to be clipped out to the right side. Touched down by João Cancelo. Tries to take a pass off of Masuaku, and the assistant referee on the near side spots a foul. South African official, actually, Ambangil Tom. Yeah, João Cancelo just brought down off of Masuaku. Could really complain about that one. So, Lionel Mpassi puts the ball down. Now it's a long ball up. It's going to be Cancelo, plays it inside. Now it's to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes across. Now João Cancelo. Cancelo will play it up. It's into the midfield with Bruno Fernandes. All the way out to the left flank with Nuno Mendes. Now Vitinha. Vitinha into Bernardo Silva. Back to Vega. Vega will play it back to Diogo Costa. Cedric Kambu slides to try and block him. What about ball forward by Costa? Neto will go and chase. Aaron Wan-Bissaka will clear. It'll be brought down by Nuno Mendes, although he takes a heavy touch, and it's going to go out for a throw for Congo, which will be taken by the Spider. The Congolese fans, they felt that the return of him was a decade in the making, initially called up by the Democratic Republic of Congo at youth level in 2015, while still a winger. At age 17 years old, he experienced a heavy 8-0 defeat against England. That, and the lack of structure at the time, pushed him towards switching allegiance to the country he grew up in, which of course was England. And as his career took off with Crystal Palace and Manchester United, he repeatedly turned down the Congo, hoping for a call from Gareth Southgate, but that never came. With the national project improving here at Congo, and England's depth at right back growing, Wan-Bissaka eventually made the switch. Since earning his first cap in September 2025, his performances have quickly silenced those who once questioned his late commitment. Portugal on the ball. It's out to the left side now. It's inside towards Vitinha. Vitinha with João Cancelo. Cancelo into the right fullback. We'll go all the way back to Diogo Costa of Porto. Costa was born in Switzerland, came through the academy at Porto. He saved 3 penalties in a single shootout against Slovenia at the European Championships in 2024, which is a tournament record, in fact. Here is Vitinha on the ball. So Portugal, just 2 shots in the first half, certainly hasn't been one for the ages, and what has been this last week has been entertaining game after entertainment. There hasn't really been much defensive football at all. There's been plenty of goals, plenty to shout about. Portugal with 80% of the ball in this game so far, as Bernardo Silva comes forward, gives it away cheaply. It's back across now, but Vitinha wins the ball back for the Portuguese national team. Gives it into the goal scorer, João Neves. Now it comes up to João Cancelo. Cancelo out to Bernardo Silva. Blocked off, it looked like, but it will just run through to the goalkeeper in Orgray. Lionel Mpassi will roll it out now to Mutasami. Out on the left side, it's Edo Kayembe. Kayembe into Nagael Makeu. So we head into additional time. Be at least 3, I imagine. But there has to be at least 3 because there's a 3-minute hydration break, of course, during the World Tournament. It's going to be an effort by Mutasami. It's actually blocked off by his fellow player Makeu. And then João Cancelo is just brought down on the edge of the box. Free kick to be given by the official Al Jassim. So ball out on the left side with Nuno Mendes. We are into 4 additional minutes. Here is Thomas Arejo. Just going to switch all the way out to the left side. Will be headed by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Makeu, well tackled by Nuno Mendes. As touched, comes off Mendes. It will be a throw for Congo, as known as DRC. Transformation under Sebastian de Sabra can perhaps be summed up by one sentence. The coach said to Leopard's Foot in an interview that discipline must begin on the pitch. And the Frenchman has imposed structure on a national team long associated with chaos and inconsistency. More than a traditional coach, de Sabra operates almost like a manager in the English sense of the term, obsessing over details ranging from defensive positioning to the Federation's communication strategy. So far it has worked. Initially favoured a 4-2-3-1 formation after taking charge in 2022. Sabra has gradually evolved his tactical approach. They now most commonly play a 4-1-4 shape, which is pretty compact with a deep holding midfielder. 2 energetic number 8s given freedom to press and carry the ball. Hard working striker usually, Cedric Bakambu. He's asked and tasked with constantly stretching defences with his movement. Well, as we're seeing today, the Leopards are also comfortable switching to a back 3, notably during qualifying against Togo and South Sudan. This is an opportunity with 90 seconds remaining of the half for Congo to come forward. It's Arthur Masuaku on the left side. Pulls it back there to Mutasami. From the angle that I was given, it didn't look far off at all. I'm not sure that Mutasami ever got a true connection on the strike, but it wasn't far off at all, and those Congolese supporters are certainly enjoying themselves in the stands. It was good play by Masuaku, and I tell you what, I didn't notice that. It's taken a big deflection off Vitinha, and it's going to be a corner with 1 minute remaining. Can there be a final opportunity of the half for Congo? Minute to go here. Right arm up in the air of Masuaku. Left-footed cross, headed at the near post by Vitinha. It's going to be kept alive by the captain, Chancel Mbemba. Mbemba will fire it in now, and it's taken a nick off the Manchester United midfielder, Bruno Fernandes, and it will be a corner. The Lille defender has just remained down on the ground. There's a little bit of concern here for Chancel Mbemba. Just took a little touch off Bruno Fernandes. One of Congo's most experienced internationals. Played in Portugal, England and France, known for his leadership and versatility. As Sébastien Desabre, the Frenchman, watches on. This certainly will be the last opportunity of the half as we tick into the 50th minute of the game now. We can hear and see the Congolese supporters dancing in the stands. It's a good opportunity this for the Leopards. It's the Sunderland fullback, Arthur Masuaku, who's getting ready to deliver in. The referee just reminding the players of their duties not to foul here. Goes short, in fact. It's with Makeu. Just give it into Masuaku, left-footed cross. There is Johan Visser! And Congo have found the equaliser in the game! And it's Newcastle United! Johan Visser with the important goal of the game. And right on the half-time whistle, it's Johan Visser who heads past Diogo Costa. And you've got to say, it's a deserved equaliser. As the Congolese supporters go absolutely mental. But Portugal have not been good enough in this first half. They haven't played at a high enough intensity, and they've completely switched off there. And we've said it all along coming into the tournament that Portugal will struggle at defending crosses into their own box. And that is exactly what they have struggled to deal with there. Johan Visser has found himself free, peeling off Bruno Fernandes. Costa unable to repel the effort. And at half-time of this game here in Houston, it's Portugal 1, the Democratic Republic of Congo 1. You can join us again in quarter of an hour.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channel.
Kayembe. It's a tricky winger is Conceição. Very fast. Left Porto after falling out between his father, Sergio, who was the coach, and the club president, Andre Villas-Boas, in 2024. Wears the number 7 shirt that once upon a time belonged to Cristiano Ronaldo. Sergio says his father was the best coach he's ever had. Sergio did admit that he had to use stick as well as carrot to get the best out of his son. Sergio Conceição said in an interview that he gave him his debut during lockdown, but that he felt he was a bit chubby. So he said, if you are hungry, you need to drink water. And he said to make sacrifices and to go far, you have to have a certain type of mentality. As Ronaldo Vega's on the ball, he just sends it out to the left side. Comes into Pedro Neto. Neto with a step over or two. It's now going to be a left-footed cross in all the way towards the far post. Of which Francisco Conceição is there. He felt that he was dragged down to the ground. He's complaining. Edo Kayembe is just speaking to the referee right now, and it's like the referee isn't really interested in the complaints of Conceição. Not much in it. So I could maybe add a little hand on him, but can't be given a foul there. Go out onto that far side now. Out on the right side. As we've got the ball, it will be launched up. Now to Masawaku, just goes back to Steve Capaldi. Capaldi plays in the Polish top flight. Playing for Widzew Lodz, formerly of Legia of Warsaw. Tall, physically imposing defender. He's very strong aerial presence on set pieces. Here's Congo on the ball. It's Edo Kayembe. Kayembe out to the left side. It's on the left flank. Goes into Makeu. Makeu will drift inside. It's back into Kayembe. Moving to Makeu. The way out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. No, Angel Makeu. There's Cedric Bakambu with the effort. Well saved by the goalkeeper in all yellow. Diogo Costa, who's just able to push it away. Very good goalkeeper, pushing it out to his left side. Just came forward towards Cedric Bakambu. He got it out of his feet. It was on a real tough angle, but Costa still had to make the save and did well. It's launched up there on the left flank is Arthur Masawaku. Conceição wins the ball back, and then it took a touch of Masawaku and goes out for a throw. Out to the left flank with Ronaldo Vega. Vega gets the ball out of his feet. Left-footed touch taken by him. Sends it into an area for Pedro Neto to chase, but his touch just sees it go out of play, and Congo will be happy taking a goal kick and taking the time on it, of course. Certainly no rush at all. End product should be much better though. Pedro Neto, you feel, certainly a player of his ability. Feel that he's got a lot more to come. Too long for the goal kick from Lionel Mpassi, so the new rule suggests that that should be a corner, so it will be. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a fantastic opportunity now for them to deliver in, and Lionel Mpassi will be absolutely fuming if this ends up in the back of the net. Francisco Conceição on that far side. Conceded from a corner. Can they now score from one? It's going to pull it short. Visser gets there ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then it's going to be cleared away. It's all the way back to the goalkeeper in all yellow. Costa into Nuno Mendes. Mendes will come forward inside to Renato Veiga. There is Vitinha on the right flank. All the way out to Francisco Conceição. Conceição will drift inside. It will now be across towards the far post. That'll be headed away by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now it's Vitinha into Ronaldo into Nuno Mendes, who fires it across. That's brilliant defending by the central defender down there, Axel Tuanzebe. And a long ball goes up towards Cedric Bakambu, but Renato Veiga can just go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. It's Bruno Fernandes, launches it over the top towards Mendes, but the goalkeeper will just see it run out. Really good play there by Nuno Mendes, linked up well with Ronaldo, fired it across towards João Neves, but Tuanzebe did very, very well. So the goalkeeper is going to launch it up. Go all the way up, out to the right side now. There's Cancelo. Back towards Thomas Orejo. Orejo across to Renato Veiga. Towards Francisco Conceição. Towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Plays it across to Vitinha. Vitinha out on the right flank with João Cancelo. Cancelo drifts inside, goes out to the left flank with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes into João Neves. Oh, it's an unbelievable goal! An overhead kick by João Cancelo, but he's denied by the official's flag on the far side. It's Taleb Salem Al Mari's flag that goes up instantly. João Cancelo thought that it put Portugal back in front with an overhead kick. Bruno Fernandes drifted it forward, and it was just chested by João Neves into the Barcelona fullback Cancelo, who finished it with so much arrogance with an overhead kick, but it was offside and has been confirmed because Congo come forward now. Cedric Bakambu with the cross in, blocked off by Renato Veiga, and it will now be a corner for Congo on this occasion. Really good cross in by Bruno Fernandes, and it was well chested. It was clever play by João Neves, and then a superb overhead kick by Cancelo as Arthur Masuaku makes his way over to take the corner here. They've already scored from one corner. Can they threaten again? And it goes, headed by Renato Veiga. João Neves will head it on. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Forward, touched down by Neves. Neves will boot it away. Can only boot it to where Aaron Wan-Bissaka is, though. Way out on the right side. Miguel Miqueu plays it back. Oh, it's well done by Cedric Bakambu. He gets his effort away. The referee has spotted a foul down there. Cedric Bakambu just fouling his man according to the referee, but Portugal should be worried. They're struggling to deal with Congo, and that was an excellent opportunity. I'm not sure that's really a foul on Bruno Fernandes, but the referee felt that it was. I'm not sure there's much in it. We're going to get some changes. It's Congo that will make the second change of the game. Gael Makeu of Lille, midfielder known for his energy and pressing. He makes his way off here. And coming on for him is a player that you certainly will have heard of, Noah Siddiqui, who's been outstanding for Sunderland this season, the 21-year-old. And by choosing Congo before the age of 20, Siddiqui sent a strong message to a generation of dual nationals still hesitating. And he opted differently. The midfielder who grew up in Belgium would likely have been part of the World Cup with the Red Devils anyway. His early commitment to Congo has made him a fan favourite. Nicknamed the National Cadet by supporters. He's already seen as future captain, admired for his maturity and leadership despite his young age. He's a versatile midfielder. Siddiqui operates as a dynamic box-to-box presence for club and country. After a promising breakthrough season in the Premier League with Sunderland, certainly gives him a perfect stage to further elevate his profile. So, Mendes has stayed down on the ground, holding his foot. He felt like he was stood on. He was, but it surely can't have hurt that much. Just down on the ground. Portugal need to get on with things. They can't draw this game. So it's going to be a throw to be taken by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And give it to Noah Siddiqui, and he'll return the ball by booting up towards Diogo Costa. Costa just gives it to João Neves. João Neves out to Thomas Araujo. Araujo on the right side to João Cancelo. It'll be clipped over the top towards Francisco Conceição. Tries to take it past, he's unable to. And it'll just be blocked off there, and it's now going to be a corner. And now we're into the game. Both defenders, Thomas Araujo and Ronaldo Vega, have now made their way forward here. We're waiting for this delivery to come in. On the far side, Nuno Mendes' left arm up in the air, way towards the near post, headed away by Yohan Wissa. It's now just going to be clipped up, and off of Masuaku will see it run out for a goal kick. It's a really poor ball in actually by Mendes. A little bit lazy the way that he crossed it into the box, if I'm being honest. Ball out to the left side now with Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku all the way up towards Cedric Bakambu, and all the way through to the goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Costa into Ronaldo Vega. Most comfortable passes back into him. And they are on the right side now. It's back inside. Portugal with just one effort on target so far. That'll be a major concern to Roberto Martinez as Neto gives it to Nuno Mendes. Really well disciplined at the moment. Congo off the ball. They're impressive, aren't they? As Congo lose it, and now there's an opportunity. Yohan Wissa will come forward. Now Siddiqui. On the left side, João Cancelo is across and he deals well with it. Just blocks him off from going forward. It's going to be a throw, level with the 18-yard box. It's going to be knocked forward and headed wide of the goal. It just bounced up and Steve Capaldi was the man that eventually got the head on it. And has ended up just going wide of it. So, all the way inside. Back out to the right flank with João Cancelo. Cancelo bounces it back to Ronaldo Veiga. Veiga will just launch it up. Conceição will try and get there. Lionel and Passy out of his goal and he will collect. It's on the right flank now with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And Edo Kayembe just caught. Foul given. 64 minutes on the clock here. Ball comes all the way back to Lionel and Passy. Passy will just play a 1-2. And then he will just launch it out to the left side. It's going to run all the way out for a throw. So come to Thomas Orejo. Araujo into João Neves. Still lacking a little bit of intensity. To the right flank, Bruno Fernandes into Araujo. What about the early cross in? Back into Araujo. There is Bruno Fernandes. João Neves, quick 1-2. Out on the right side. It's a good ball forward and it's well defended by Steve Capaldi. Just gets across. It's very patient, but they need more risk at the moment. And it's going to be a cross in, headed by the defender down there. Goes back into Renato Veiga. Veiga into João Neves. Out to the right side with João Cancelo. Out again. There is Francisco Conceição. Conceição will cross it in, headed away by Mbembe. Now, once again with Neto, it certainly hasn't been an entertaining game, this one. Despite the 2 goals, it's probably one of the more duller games of the tournament, as Portugal have almost just been too patient on it. They do win a free kick, they take it quickly. Delivery goes in, crossed in, and the goalkeeper comes and gets it. He catches it well. He will launch it up. It's a long ball up by Passy. Bakambu chased it, but positioned by the goalkeeper, Costa. So it's held on the right side with Conceição. Conceição to Vitinha. He's bundled over. It's Francisco Conceição. The referee will play an advantage. Comes back into Nuno Mendes. Out on the left flank. There is Bruno Fernandes across to Pedro Neto. Neto will drive inside. Chancellor Mbembe will block him off. And it is. And now it's Edo Kayembe who will come away with the ball down the right flank, bringing it forward for Congo. Ends up bringing down Nuno Mendes, and the referee will quickly make his way over just to calm the players down. You can see the Portuguese frustration as they feel like the Congolese players are jumping in a little bit late. It was Pedro Neto on that occasion who was caught by Edo Kayembe. Just kicked the back of his leg. See why complaining, but wasn't that much in it. Not sure why the referee needed to run over. So much verve. Just speaking to Johan Visser. Wonder if we'll go into our hydration break. I think we'll see this free kick be taken first of all. It's back into Renato Vega now. Across into Araujo. Araujo will carry it forward. It's on the right flank now. There it is, Conceição into Neto. Here is Araujo again. Very patient on it at the moment. It's floated forward. Now it's Neto. Pulls it back for Cristiano Ronaldo, but the ball into him was behind him and he never really had any conviction in his effort. He sends it wide of the goal as we remain level here in Houston. Ball was played into Cristiano Ronaldo. The ball was just played in behind him though. And he just swiped at it. He's ended up sending it wide off the goal. You could almost hear the collective groan. So it remains 1-1 in this game as we do head into the hydration break now. Opportunity for all of the players to take some refreshments on board. Roberto Martinez speaking to the substitutes. It's a good opportunity for the manager to make some tactical changes if he feels he needs to do so. Congolese supporters enjoying themselves in the stands whilst the Congolese players take their refreshments, and certainly look like they need it. Done really well so far. And they're going against the script at the moment, are Congo. Playing very well against the Portugal side. Portugal, who have only had 3 shots in the entire game. I mean, I'm in absolute disbelief for that stat. That is a real poor showing from Portugal, who have every right to be thoroughly disappointed with the way that their side have played. I mean, how can you have 78% of the ball in 70 minutes of action and only have 3 shots? Congo, on the other hand, have had 7 shots in the game, but Roberto Martinez is seeing this as an opportunity to maybe change something about his team here. Tactics board is out down there. Roberto Martinez very animated. He will realise that his side have to change if they want to be better. Absolutely have to change. He's asking for more from his team. Sebastian de Sabro will be really proud of his side. He's speaking at the moment. A lot of people just enjoying themselves in the stands, it's safe to say. There's going to be some changes, and these changes have been in the offing for quite a while, you'd have thought. So we are going to see the winger, Pedro Neto, make his way off. So it's a double change from Roberto Martinez. Neto's had good opportunities. It was a really good cross into the box. We're also going to see Nuno Mendes make his way off, so a complete change to the left side of Portugal's team. A bit of a shock, a surprise, shall I say, of Nuno Mendes being substituted off, one of the fastest fullbacks in world football, and he's been a threat for Portugal today. So coming on for them We'll see the Fenerbahce fullback, Nelson Semedo, who's 32 years old. We'll see Nelson Semedo play at right fullback now, and João Cancelo will move over to the left-hand side. Semedo, who left Wolves after 5 years in 2025 and had an approach to join Benfica, but felt it was too early to return home. So instead he chose to move to Turkey with Fenerbahce, with one of the main reasons behind that decision being the Turkish club were coached by a certain Jose Mourinho. A month later, Mourinho was sacked and joined Benfica. A 32-year-old has Cape Verdean ancestry and was delighted when the country qualified for this tournament. So Nelson Semedo is on, and we've also seen coming on for Pedro Neto, the AC Milan winger, the 27-year-old Rafael Leao. A highly dangerous winger is Rafael Leao. Say that Zlatan Ibrahimovic created Leao as the Portuguese flourished under the Swedes' leadership and protection at Milan, especially the season that they won the Scudetto together in the 2021-22 season. Sadly, the Swedes' retirement the following year did not lead to Leao becoming the team's biggest star. He's frustratingly inconsistent, but this is an opportunity for Portugal. Gets cut back for Cristiano Ronaldo. He sends it wide of the goal. It's just their 4th shot in the game here in the 74th minute. But Cristiano Ronaldo, as the ball was pulled back to him, sends it wide of the goal. Moved the ball much quicker, and it was really good link up by Francisco Conceição to find Ronaldo in there, but he ends up sending it wide of the goal. Much more incisive. Conceição's made a difference since coming on, and we are going to see a change here. And it's going to be the Watford midfielder, 28-year-old Edo Kayembe, make his way off. No relation to the substitute Yoris Kayembe, who was actually born in the Kasai region of Congo, where the surname is common. We'll see that because coming on for him is the namesake Yoris Kayembe, who plays his club football out in Belgium with Genk, the 31-year-old, a very attack-minded left-back. Kayembe, who plays with flair, risk and a clear taste for dribbling. His adventurous style can sometimes leave space behind him, but Congolese fans appreciate the excitement that he brings. He was called up at a relatively late at international level at 29 years old. He's mostly operated as Arthur Masuaku's understudy, and I say he came on for Edo Kayembe. He's actually come on for the Sunderland fullback, Arthur Masuaku. Also played for Lens this season. So now it's Bruno Fernandes, dinks it forward towards João Neves inside the box, but Samuel Mutasami is there and Congo are able to defend it. This is an opportunity though for Johan Visser, tries to thread it through. It's well dealt well with by Renato Vega as Cedric Pikambu was trying to get in behind as we're into the final quarter of an hour of this game. It's Francisco Conceição on that right side. Conceição drives inside, tries to take on Yoris Kayembe. Conceição on the ball. Knock it through towards Leao, blocked off by the defender Tuanzebe. Johan Visser will try to keep it alive. Now it's Vitinha, 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes, but well with as Steve Capaldi just boots it out. So, to say, coming on for Congo is Charles Pickle, who plays his club football in Spain with Espanyol. Pickle, who was born and raised in Switzerland's highly structured environment. He's originally shocked by the organisational chaos during his first Congo call-up in 2021. For a while, it genuinely made the 29-year-old reconsider his international future, but 2 years later returned and established himself as one of the most important figures in the Leopards midfield. He's an energetic box-to-box midfielder with relentless stamina. Pickle lives with two very different personalities. Off the pitch. He's calm, friendly, constantly smiling. On it, he transforms into an aggressive, confrontational competitor who never backs down from a duel. Here is Noah Siddiqui coming forward for Congo. Left side of the box, will flip back for Cedric Bakambu. And I tell you what, that was not far off at all. By the rail, Betis forward, just as it got pulled back to him. He just seems to have got caught underneath it, and he has ended up sending it over the bar. Just can't find the target. He got pulled back to him. What an opportunity. Ends up sending it over the bar. Very, very disappointing. ...78 minutes on the clock here. Congo, in my opinion, have been the better of the two teams. It's with Nelson Semedo now. Can confirm that England have confirmed their lineup for their opening game against Croatia. Ball's brought down on the right side by Francisco Conceição. Gets his shot off, blocked off by Yoris Kayembe. There is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's now going to come down the right flank for the side in all blue. You'll find Cedric Bakambu in the middle. He goes down under the challenge from Renato Veiga. Congo just going to close it down. So let's bring you up to date with the England team news. Jordan Pickford of Everton in goal. It's John Stones, Ezri Konsa, Reece James and Nico O'Reilly in defence. Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice are playing in deep midfield, whilst Noni Madueke, Jude Bellingham and Anthony Gordon play behind the lone striker and the captain, Harry Kane. So, shock to see Mark Guehi not announced in the starting lineup. As well as Bukayo Saka, maybe both feeling a little bit of a niggle. For Croatia, it's Dominik Livakovic in goal, Josip Satalo, Luka Vuskovic and Josko Gvardiol. What is a very impressive defence. Josip Stanisic and Ivan Perisic out wide as the wing-backs. Petar Sukic and Luka Modric in the midfield, whilst Martin Bataruni and Mario Pasalic behind Dallas's Petar Musa. So you can look forward to that game at 9 o'clock, which we will be bringing live coverage of. Remember, you can watch this game between Portugal and Congo, and of course the game between England and Croatia with your national broadcaster, as it is Noah Siddiqui who crosses it in, but he's only able to send it into the hands of Diogo Costa, who's able to just come and collect it. Now ball is lofted over the top. It's Francisco Conceição who will come forward. He is caught by Capaldo, but the assistant referee does go up and indicates that he went a little bit too early, so it won't be a free kick. And yeah, just on the transition, Francisco Conceição went too early. Final 10 minutes now. Roberto Martinez will be so frustrated with the team and how they have played so far. Chance beforehand for Cedric Bakambu, but he just got caught underneath the ball and ended up sending it over the bar. Free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper. Going to be launched up, headed by Thomas Orejo. Touched down by Sunderland's Noah Siddiqui. Now Gonzalo Ramos back to the goalkeeper. Out on the left side, all the way back to the goalkeeper Lionel Mpassi. Mpassi will just launch it out, go all the way out to the right side. Now here on the left flank is Rafael Leao. Now on the ball, pick it up. He's just going to play it inside, crossed in, comes out to João Neves. He goes down, and now there's an opportunity on the attack. Ball forward for Johan Visser. And Otto Vega deals with it. He will throw it on to Cedric Bakambu, who's onside, of course, because you can't be offside from a throw. Visser to Noah Siddiqui. Siddiqui, good pass into Yoris Kayembe, and then it's a poor delivery in. And Diogo Costa will save it. Ball goes up. Now out on the right side. Now it's with Francisco Conceição. Into João Neves. Now it's Kayembe. Out to the right flank. Yoris Kayembe able to deal with it, and then he is apparently fouled by the fullback. So he came forward, nice and strong. There's Kayembe, did really well. Just to block him off. So we are going to see some changes now. So the changes, we'll see a PSG player make his way off, and coming on for him is another PSG player, but it's an attacking change. See some Portugal fans who are yawning in the stands at the moment. Pretty bored by what they're seeing, I can't blame them really. So it's Vitinha, the midfield sensation for Portugal, world-class midfielder, 26-year-old, who was unbelievable last season when they won the Champions League, Ligue 1 and the French Cup. Of course, the European Super Cup and French Super Cup with PSG, as is the Nations League. But Vitinha, the midfielder, comes off for the striker Gonzalo Ramos, his teammate at Paris Saint-Germain, the 24-year-old. A striker who spends most of his time in the shadows. Almost always starts on the bench for club and country, but he's ready to make a contribution when he comes on. His commitment often being converted into goals. 2025, in fact, within the space of a week, he won the Champions League and in the Nations League, and in between became a father for the first time. So we are going to see some changes for Congo as well, and it's the attacker Cedric Bakambu who will make his way off. He's battled hard as the front man, as the 35-year-old. He comes off with a big smile. He's done his job. 85 minutes on the clock. Congo still level. It's a player that loves playing for Congo, and also coming off is the West Ham United fullback Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the 28-year-old who gets a standing ovation. Coming on is Gideon Kalulu, who plays his club football out in Cyprus with Aris Limassol, the 28-year-old. And before Aaron Wan-Bissaka's arrival, he had established himself as Congo's most reliable right-back. But Kalulu has since stepped aside without complaint and has continued to deliver whenever called upon. He's a product of Lyon's academy, comes from a football-mad family, and he is the younger brother of Aldo Kalulu, formerly of Swansea, and the older brother of Pierre Kalulu of Juventus, and Joseph Kalulu of Pau FC, 4 professional footballers from the same household. Cedric Bakambu, and that's come on for him is Simon Banza, the 29-year-old who plays out to Al Jazeera. He's got 23 goals in Portugal and then 22 in Turkey, did Banza. Played in Portugal with Famalicão, played against many of these players. In Turkey with Trabzonspor. He's now in the United Arab Emirates with Al Jazeera, quickly turning chances into goals wherever he goes. He is a hard-working centre-forward with intelligent movement and strong hold-up play. He's built a reputation on consistency at club level, has Banza. Despite regular call-ups, he has scored only twice at the time of writing for Congo. He's known for celebrating goals with the famous smile of the Joker. So Portugal are starting to look really desperate as they're starting to go long. Here is Leao with the ball on the left side. Congo just need to make sure they don't switch off now for what would be a famous point against one of the bookmakers' favourites. The ball is cleared all the way to Ronaldo Vega. Out to the right side. He's back to Ronaldo Vega. Vega out to the left flank with Rafael Leao. Salo fires the ball in, but well held by Lionel Vizzi. So Vissa coming forward. And he's brought down, and that's going to be a yellow card. Pointed in the direction of the Fenerbahce defender, Nelson Semedo. Goes into the referee's notepad, bundling over Johan Vissa as they're on the break. He's had a good game today, has he? Missed the AFCON with injury. João Cancelo is now on the left side of the fence, who fired the ball in, but the Le Havre goalkeeper Lionel Mpassi did well to get down to it. There is Mutasami. Goes across. Comes all the way back to Axel Tuanzebe. Plays it into Charles Pickle. Now Vissa out to the right side, finding Kalulu. Kalulu would have played into Banza. Banza a little loose in it. Gives it away. Now Portugal will launch it over the top. Now his goal is Lionel Mpassi. That's excellent goalkeeping. He's out and heads it towards Yoris Kayembe, and they can start their own attack. They're being braver, Congo. They're not just sitting in. Out on the right side. All the way back into Kalulu. Now it's going to be launched up. It's through, and there's the goalkeeper. Costa, De Sabra's asking for his side to stay compact. It's out on the right side. Out on the right flank. Now it's Conceição. It's into João Neves. Now it's Cancelo. Cross goes in, headed away by Tuanzebe. It's out to the edge of the box. Oh, it's not far off at all. It was Lionel Mpassi who was certainly worried there as the ball came in. He dived to his left side. It was Bruno Fernandes with the effort, who was looking for his 30th ever goal for the Portuguese national side, but he's ended up sending it wide of the goal. As we're into 5 additional minutes here, it's still Portugal 1, Congo 1. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. He will launch it up, headed by the fullback Kalulu. Either side find a winning goal. Portugal with just 5 shots, 1 on target. Congo have had 8, 2 on target, despite having just 24% of the ball. But it's Francisco Conceição who will come forward for Portugal as they look for a late winner. Semedo, well tackled by Yoris Kayembe, who's been excellent today since coming on. Throw quickly goes in towards Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes will deliver it in. Comes out to Rafael Leao. Leao back to João Cancelo. Cancelo now tackled by Kalulu. It's a Congo throw, and Portugal player just chucked it away from him. I'm not sure why Portugal were delaying the restart, actually. A bit of a shoving match down there. Here is Johan Visser. Oh, he takes a heavy touch round Thomas Arejo. And that is as cynical as it comes, because Johan Visser was in there, and Visser could have got a winner for Congo. And he's just blocked off by the Benfica defender. Goes straight into the referee's notepad. And Abdulrahman Ibrahim Al-Jassim points to his pocket. Tell you what, the question mark's over whether this should be a red card. It's the right arm that comes across Visser on the throat. And it's potentially a last man. I maybe can't guarantee Visser would get there on the end of his touch, but Benfica central defender Thomas Arejo goes into the referee's notepad. Sebastian de Sabra is asking whether it should be a yellow card. Speaking to the South African official. They've been so good today, Congo. I've been so impressed by them. Free kick to be taken by the captain, Chancel Mbemba. Plays it into Noah Siddiqui. Siddiqui back to Mbemba. Pass into Kalulu. Takes a heavy touch though, and handed as well just to block it off for what will be a throw. Portugal goal kick. We've got a little over 2 minutes left now. Nelson Semedo. Nelson Semedo out on the right side. 94 minutes, comes back into Arejo. Arejo into João Cancelo. Cancelo across. Comes into Bruno Fernandes. João Neves scored after 6 minutes. Semedo. It's on the right flank. And takes a touch off a Congo defender. It's going to be a corner. It was Yoris Kayembe who got the touch. This could be the last chance of the game now. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's had nothing to do so far. He's in the box now. It's going to be a cross to come in, right arm up in the air. Towards the penalty spot. The goalkeeper comes in, collects, and then will jump down on the ball. But remember, he's only got 8 seconds. The goalkeeper in all grey will launch it up. It's an awful kick forward, in fact. Just puts more pressure on Congo. Out on the right side now to Bruno Fernandes. Pulls it back. It's an awful pass by him. That will allow Johan Visser to come forward. Visser takes a heavy touch. Can he get past the Portuguese defence? He can. He keeps on going. It's well tackled eventually, though, by Conceição. And Johan Visser will knock it off him. It's going to be a throw. It's been outstanding today as Johan Visser. And now him and Conceição having a little bit of a argument down there, going head to head. Nelson Semedo will push him away. And the referee is going to end it there. It's a famous point for the Democratic Republic of Congo. And it's a point that they deserve. Portugal not good enough. Not decisive in their actions. And after they took an early lead, courtesy of the head of João Neves, it was Johan Visser, who is unbelievable today, who found the equaliser. And Congo, you can't even